In the history of silhouettes, the Dunk is a forgotten stepchild that winds up being great.
Athletes, skaters, punks, hip-hop kids, the Dunk was this democratic shoe.
The Dunk has sort of gone away, come back, gone away, come back.
It's a shoe that's actually lived 4 different lives and one amazing journey.
Mid-'80s was the last golden era of sports.
It had set the stage for college basketball to be the most important form of college athletics. And the Final Four became one of the biggest sporting events in America.
The scene is the 1985 NCAA Basketball Championships.
It was the first time for the company having all 4 schools wearing Nike.
The afternoon second semifinal game pits the nation's 2 top-ranked teams against each other, St. John's and Georgetown.
That game featured 11 future NBA players, stars like Chris Mullin and Patrick Ewing.
I was a fan of Patrick Ewing before he even got to the NBA. Georgetown was an all-black team, and you rarely saw a black coach. I think that captivated all of America.
We all watched the Final Four in our living rooms, but in the arena, it was electric. There's nothing like young energy.
The way that they paint their faces and go crazy in the stands.
There were Nike executives in the building. They were like, how can you roll that team mentality, that crew mentality into sneakers?
They took what was happening in the stadiums, and then they took what was happening in their shoes, and then they put 2 records together and did a remix.
2 weeks before the launch, Nike was literally pulling shoes off the production line to make changes. But in all that chaos, the Dunk was born. The Dunk, the most exciting shot in basketball. It basically is a Frankenstein of 3 of the best basketball shoes that Nike had at the time: the Legend, the Terminator, and the Jordan 1. Most of the shoes back in the 80s were white. They were very simplistic. The Dunk was one of the first shoes, the color block, where you had big panels of the shoes that were blocked off as signature colors of the school that they represented. The result is a campaign called Be True to Your School. It featured apparel and dunks for 12 different schools.
I'm pretty sure I ripped out that ad out of Sports Illustrated or something and like put it on my bedroom wall. The only way that I could come close to these heroes that I was looking up to was getting the shoes on their feet.
I would have saved the money I can spend for back to school for the year for my Dunks.
It wasn't just basketball players out there hooping in dunks. It was kids that were going to games that wanted dunks because that was their school. Be True to Your School went beyond just the original schools. I mean, take me for instance. I was at Xavier University in New Orleans, Louisiana. Our school colors were gold and black. There wasn't a dunk for our school. We were a small NAIA school. But that Iowa dunk, it wasn't Iowa dunks to us. It was Xavier. We felt like you had a shoe that was your own.
The Dunk didn't get the full justice that it deserved because Nike had this huge blockbuster on their hand with the Air Jordan 1. It totally eclipsed what the Dunk could have been.
In a concentrated way, the Jordan shoes dominate the market. And this simpler utilitarian Dunk shoe, you kind of forget about it for a while.
The Dunk disappeared. It was like, I was gone, so what? Like next, Jordan 2, Jordan 3, Jordan 4.
You would go hunt out at whatever bargain stores.
They were in the bargain basement, in a bin.
There's a lot of similarities in what basketball players and what skateboarders need. Flatter soles, grip.
They were made of leather, they looked like Jordans. All kids that were skating in New York were like, this is it. And that was the rebirth of the Dunk. It's a skateboarding shoe.